Hello and welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Omotayo Alo. The federal government has directed all ministries, agencies and departments to ensure that audit queries are replied within 24 hours. This is in line with efforts to curb sharp practices in the public sector. Director General of the Bureau for Public Service Reforms, Joe Arber, disclosed this in an interview with CoreTV News in Abuja. We'll bring you details of that later. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria has warned against the liquidation of the power holding company of Nigeria by the federal government without first settling all liability owed workers as contained in the agreement reached between the workers and the government. The Congress also warned against current moves to privatize or commercialize the services of tertiary health institutions across the country, saying the introduction of such policy would remove healthcare services from the reach of the common man. Rising from its National Executive Council meeting, the TUC blamed government's frequent policy somersaults for the nation's underdevelopment, stressing that despite the position of governors on the national minimum wage, organized labor would go ahead to table its fresh demand for a review of a new national minimum wage. Rivers State Governor Nisim Wike says his mandate as governor came from the people of the state who trooped out to vote for him at the April governorship poll. Wike maintained that the acceptance of his administration, which he enjoyed, had been further consolidated by the celebrations in the streets of Port Harcourt, Obio Akpo and Ikwere local government areas during his project inspections. The governor, after inspecting school and road projects in Obia Akpo and Port Harcourt on Saturday, said he was further inspired to deliver on the covenant with the people by the appreciation of his work. Wike assured the people that he would not be distracted, having made the commitment to serve them and ensure that they get the benefit of standing by him. He pledged that he would drive the revival of Port Harcourt city to its logical conclusion, noting that the old garden city would re-emerge at the end of the urban renewal program of his administration. James Faleke, running mate to the late governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the November 21 election, says that he is unaware of any move to broker peace by the party ECLN, and that he is going ahead to pursue the governorship mandate he believes belongs to him. This is as the national chairman of the APC, John Odigwe Oyegun, says overtures had been made to Faleke to concede the governorship to Yaya Bello, who was picked by the party after the demise of Audu. But according to Faleke, it will amount to a betrayal of his former boss to abandon the mandate by accepting to be a deputy to Bello, who never took part in the campaigns. In response to the question as to what his next move would be if the matter is not resolved before the swearing-in ceremony on January 27, Faleke said he will defend his rights under the Constitution of Nigeria. The embattled former Minister of State Bashir Yuguda has told the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) that he gave a total of 600 million naira to 6 chairmen of Contact and Mobilization Committee of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the 2015 general election. It listed the beneficiaries as Bode George, Yerima Abdullahi, Peter Odili, Atahiru Bafarawa, Jim Wabodo, and Amadou Ali. It said it instructed Jabama Limited to transfer 300 million naira to BAM Properties, whose account detail was given to him by a former national chairman of PDP, Bello Aliru. Yuguda, who made the allegations in the statement of witness caution, which he wrote under oath, said he sent 200 million naira to the erstwhile PDP governorship candidate in Kebbi State, Bello Sakin Yaki. He said a former governor of Zamfara State, Mahmoud Aliyu Shinkafi, also got 100 million naira. The statement is part of the proof of evidence against the former minister, whose trial is scheduled to commence this week at the court of the Federal Capital Territory. Iguda will stand trial with ex-governor Atahiru Bafarawa and his son Sagi Atahiru Dalhatu Investment Limited. The ex-minister is expected to account for over 3.05 billion naira, including 1.1 billion naira being part of the funds in the account of the onset and aggregate sum of 1,950,000 naira belonging to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which sum was transferred to Jabama Ada Global Services. Before a capacity crowd of friends, relatives, and well-wishers, Prince Godfrey Ikenwale Emiko was yesterday crowned Ogeme Ikolwale, the 20th Olu of Warri, Delta State. At exactly 2:14 p.m., the head of the Ologbo Shari family, who is also the Olara Aja of Jagba, Pa Igson Okporokun, placed the 404-year-old diamond crown, first worn by Dom Domingos in 1411, on the head of the new Olu in Ode Shekiri. The crowning followed 3 months of mourning of the passage of his predecessor and elder brother, Ogeme Atuashetu. Prior to his public crowning, the new Olu had gone through series of traditional rites within the premises of the old Ode Shekiri Palace, such as splitting of firewood, paddling of canoe, and fetching of water, all of which are as last symbolic manual labor as a human being. Thereafter, he picked the throne name Ikenwale I from an array of scepters, including those of departed Olus and new ones, a task he performed blindfolded. We'll take a break now, and when we come back, we bring you more stories on the news at 4. Stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
They talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will strong for Yoruba land, will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it's time to forgive me.
Please for Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
Welcome. If you're just joining us, it's CoreTV News at 4. For more about news and information, visit our social media platform, facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. You could get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, leave a space and news. President Muhammadu Buhari has been honored with an honorary doctorate degree at the Kaduna State University during the second convocation ceremony of the university. He used the occasion to speak on the need for attitudinal change among Nigerians. Amina Anabi reports that 3,160 students received degrees at the ceremony. A report is presented from our studio.
It is the second convocation ceremony of the Kaduna State University, where 3,160 students received degrees after completing their courses of study. President Buhari was personally on hand to receive an honorary doctorate degree alongside businessman Aliko Dangote. He used the occasion to speak on the need for attitudinal change. The president also gave an insight into his plan to touch the lives of majority of Nigerians with his policies.
To encourage entrepreneurship development, they include: 1. Central Bank of Nigeria providing loans at a concessionary rate. 2. Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria providing soft loans, stimulating, monitoring, and coordinating the development of the sector. 3. Tertiary Education Trust Fund, sufficient intervention, training staff, and the capacity building in research and development in entrepreneurship education.
In his address, Governor Nasir El-Rufai said that his administration is keen on ensuring that skills acquisition gets the required attention.
Who has been awarded an honorary doctorate degree in law. The honorary Doctor of Science degree has also been conferred on my brother Alhaji Aliko Dangote GCON for his leadership role in entrepreneurship development and job creation in Nigeria and Africa at large. I wish to congratulate also the graduating students. We've been groomed in accordance with the university's motto, knowledge for development and unity.
The Vice-Chancellor, Barnabas Quirex, for his part, applauded the role of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund in the development of the university. He noted that the fund provided massive funding for development of physical infrastructure in the school.
Judiciary workers all over the nation have been charged to deliver justice at all times, regardless of whether is involved in the case. This charge was made during the opening ceremony of the Imo 2015 legal year by the Archbishop of Owerri, who spoke through one of his Reverend Father, Christian Chukwugozie. The event had in attendance all judges in the state, as well as lawyers and senior advocates of Nigeria, who all converged on the Catholic Archdiocese of Owerri premises. Our Imo State correspondent has all the details.
The theme of this year's event, Separation of Power. Guest speaker at the event admonished legal professionals to be sincere in discharging their duties.
Like Solomon, our judges and lawyers can achieve so much in their professions. By, in imitation of Solomon, humbly and trustfully turning to God in prayer and asking God for that inevitable, invaluable wisdom for the discharge of their duties, for rendering justice to our people.
Governor Rochas, who was also at the event with his entourage and accompanied by the Speaker, Imo House of Assembly, while speaking, told members of the state judiciary to be more proactive in legal matters.
I think we should pay more attention to that which affects positively on the life of the ordinary man. Because that's the essence of life and the essence of governance. And that was why Christ came in the first place. But unfortunately, 99% of resources of this country is spent on politicians, is spent on salary payments, and is spent in celebrating offices. A time has come for sacrifice.
The Chief Judge of the state, Justice Pascal Nnadi, while addressing counterparts, called on them to adhere to the teachings received, seeing the event as timely.
It's the day the Lord has made, and we are glad and rejoice in it. For the Lord has shown the judiciary of Imo State favor, and the world shall call the judges of Imo State blessed.
It's however expected that this legal year events will bring adequate delivery of justice, equity, fairness, and good conscience.
The growing number of worship centers in Lagos State has led to the lockdown of 53 churches, mosques, and hotels. This move was carried out by the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, the SEPA, having received series of complaints from residents about noise pollution and nuisance constituted. Akin Obakeye has the views of Lagosians on noise pollution in this report.
The joyous feeling, publicity, and announcement of some churches, mosques, and public centers in Lagos State has caused a ban on all forms of public processions and carnivals in Lagos State. In a quick reaction to this clampdown that over the years constituted public nuisance, some Lagosians see this action of the Lagos State government as a tremendous step and urges more shutdown of other forms of noise pollution.
I believe the government is doing well. They should just caution them and try to see that they reduce the rate of the noise pollution. It is not good. God himself wants things to be done moderately.
I can't say it is a good idea because even on a neutral ground, most churches causes noise pollution, and I believe that during the service, the noise should be within, even if they want to make noise, should be within the church. Some churches will just put their own speaker outside, even in the midnight for vigil. They'll put their own speaker outside and they'll start disturbing people.
However, these Lagosians hit on the action of the Lagos State government, seeing it as unfair and unjust.
So I think in addition to this noise pollution issue being affected on churches and mosques, it should also be extended to all these business people who cause pollution of noise to the environment.
I think I'm of the opinion that the Lagos State government has to extend what they are doing in terms of these churches and whatever to all these other places, so that it will not feel as if some persons have been marginalized or something like that.
It's what it shall. I'm a Christian. I do not actually fancy the idea of having because of our church service is ongoing or some other church program, start disturbing those in the neighborhood as much as the Muslims do. But one thing that is actually key is this: for the business, in as much as they are not disturbing the neighborhood or the environment, I feel they're actually fine.
No, I mean, I didn't say anything wrong with the noise, and they should leave them. They should go ahead with their program. We can't just lock them indoor. Judge them now, I'm advertising my market, so they are also equal to advertise whatever they are doing.
If there's no speaker outside, people will not hear what pastor is preaching. Sure, you get. They will not hear maybe pastor is preaching nice or is preaching nonsense. They will not hear about that.
With the clampdown on more churches, mosques, and public centers in Lagos for noise pollution, it is expected various religious organizations will comply with the directives of Lagos State government in order to have a state devoid of noise pollution. Akin Obakeye, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Lagos stood still as a giant amidst giants. Professor Wensley Vindal Mobolaji Fowler was finally laid to rest. He was the first treasurer of the Nigerian Postgraduate Medical College, first Nigerian president of the Society of Anesthetics of West Africa, also father to the newly confirmed chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Correspondent Victoria Solomon has the details.
It was a glorious homecoming as Professor Wesley Vida Mobolaji Fowler was laid to rest. Professor Fowler was at some point in time the only Nigerian specialist in the anesthesia in the Western region. He was instrumental in drawing up the syllabus, rules and regulations for the fellowship diploma in anesthesia when the postgraduate course was established in 1970 at the Nigerian Postgraduate Medical College. He was also involved in establishing the West African College of Surgeons diploma program in anesthesia and also the chairman admissions committee, West African College of Surgeons from 1968 to 1976. Academic advisor, College of Medicine, University of Lagos, and chairman, Incidents Committee, Lagos University Teaching Hospital. Professor Fowler belonged to several committees, published a few books, and served his nation meritoriously before voluntarily retiring from the Lagos Teaching Hospital in 1978. But even after his retirement, his service to humanity was continuous, as he served as consultant to many former Nigerian heads of state. Fowler was married to Chief Dr. Mrs. Leila Fowler, nee Moore, and the couple was blessed with 4 children and many grandchildren. His children have this to say about him.
It was very special because I'm the last child and there's 10 years between my third sibling and I. So he loved all his children and he was a very doting father. And he was somebody that one had an opportunity to look up to.
He was a great man. He gave me a lot of inspiration so that I can be just like him. I was really close with my grandpa. He used to help me to do so. I cannot describe the ways I was him because he was too nice and lovely.
The funeral service of a great man of immense valor took place at All Saints Anglican Church, Montgomery Road, Yaba, Lagos. And the reception was colored at the Coliseum Center beside Lekki Peninsula by dignitaries from many respected institutions and societies.
I've really realized from what people have said, I've confirmed it myself that he's a nice man. He's a man who believes in the young people. He's a man who wants to empower the young people.
We've always known Papa to be a very, very, very generous man, very helpful man, very sincere man, you know, and we are going to miss him. We're going to miss him a great deal. But he lived very long and very well, so we are celebrating.
I didn't know Pa personally, but I know his family, and it's a reflection of who he was and the kind of children he raised, and his wife is simply adorable. And just looking at him and reading about him, a seasoned professor, a disciplinarian, a man of virtues and value, and to live to be 92 in Nigeria today and still look that strong, we really truly should celebrate him.
We are celebrating a man who have lived by example for so many of us, who is a father, who is a mentor, who is a role model, who means a lot of things to us. We thank God for the gift of life. He's no more, but he's still with us.
In his profession, you know, he's well renowned, you know, as a very, very skilled practitioner in the medical field. So in terms of dedication to duty, in terms of progress and research within his own field, I mean, it's beyond doubt that he did the utmost that he could.
It was indeed a celebration of life as family and well-wishers gathered to bid farewell to a role model and pace-setter, Solomon Victoria. CoreTV News, Lagos.
In business, the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative has advised the federal government to take concrete steps to know the volume of transactions in the solid minerals sector. This, it says, will go a long way in ensuring that the nation gets better value for its exploration activities. NEITI's Acting Executive Secretary, Orji Ogbonaya Orji, gave this piece of advice on the sidelines of an anti-corruption seminar in Abuja. He added that the fact that the nation has mineral deposits, such as gold, is not backed by any evidence, as nothing shows what is being generated from the mining activities. It was represented by the Acting Director of Information of the agency, Obi Onora.
I wish to use this opportunity to call for urgent attention to the solid minerals sector. The scoping study of the sector conducted by NATI revealed that there are abundant solid minerals in commercial quantities across all the states of the Federation. However, the report observed that there is poor synergy between the various government agencies, such as the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigeria Customs Service, the Nigeria Export Promotion Council, and the Mining Cadastral Office on tracking and keeping records of revenues on exported solid minerals.
We'll take a break now, and when we come back, we'll bring you stories from outside Nigeria.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome. On the foreign scene, Russia says one of its warships fired warning shot at a Turkish fishing vessel in Aegean Sea to avoid a collision. A Russian Defense Ministry statement said the Turkish vessel approached to 600 meters before turning away in response to Russian small arms fire. The Turkish military attaché in Moscow has been summoned to the foreign ministry over the incident. Also, at least 87 people were killed in clashes with the Burundi military in the capital of Bujumbura that began a day earlier. 4 police officers and 4 soldiers were among the dead, while 9 soldiers and 11 policemen were wounded, and at least 45 people were arrested following the clashes, said Jaspard Baratuza, an army spokesman. The United States has also issued a statement saying they are deeply alarmed by the attacks that occurred overnight and continue in Bujumbura. France also condemned the attacks and called on all parties in Burundi to choose dialogue and not violence to find an exit to the crisis. It might interest you to know that Burundi has seen months of chaos as violence erupted after Burundi's president, Pierre Nkurunziza, announced the controversial run for a third term. The subsequent unrest has left scores dead and caused more than 170,000 people to flee the country. In May, Nkurunziza held onto his office after a failed coup attempt by an army general while the president was in Tanzania. Tensions in the small East African nation, roughly the size of Belgium, had mounted in recent months. The international community, United Nations, and several high-profile non-government organizations have expressed fear that the country could degenerate into an ethnic conflict between Hutus and Tutsis. During Burundi's 12-year civil war, which ended in 2005, a Hutu majority fought as rebels against the Tutsis-led army. Around 300,000 people were killed. President of the Republic of Gambia, Yahya Jammeh, has declared as a Muslim majority country an Islamic republic, given its same status as Iran, Pakistan, and in Africa, Mauritania, beg your pardon. Jammeh, who has ruled the country for 21 years, says the move, which is in line with his country's religious identity and values, marks a break with colonial past ardent that no dress code will be imposed and that citizens of other faiths will be allowed to practice freely. Meanwhile, Ahmed Ba of the opposition coalition party criticized the decision as it did not follow due referendum. With an economy heavily reliant on tourism, some 90% of Gambia's 1.8 million population are Muslims. Recall that President Jammeh Ad in 2013 pulled the Gambia out of the Commonwealth and in 2007 claimed to have discovered a herbal cure for HIV/AIDS. Late Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi's son Anibal has been freed after being briefly kidnapped by an armed group in Lebanon. In the video shown on Lebanese TV, the captive businessman was seen appealing for more information concerning the 1978 disappearance of the prominent Lebanese Shia cleric Musa al-Sada. He was freed in the city of Baalbek and dispatched to Beirut. The 40-year-old was given sanctuary in Oman in 2012. His father, Moma, was overthrown by rebels in a 2011 uprising. And it's a wrap on CoreTV News at this hour. Thank you so very much for joining us. My name is Omotayo Alo.